Hi, this is Adam with Versatrans, and in this video we're going to talk about heat pressing. Now, you may have heard the saying, measure twice, cut once. And while there's truth to this age-old saying, you, however, have made all the proper sacrifices to please the gods of capitalism, and your apparel decoration business is taking off. So you're probably much more familiar with the saying, ain't nobody got time for that. So without further ado, let's go over some quick tips on how to heat press your transfers from Versatrans using common t-shirt placements and how to do it fast so that you can get those orders out quickly and not have to heat press while you're sleeping. Just kidding, that's really dangerous. Don't try to do that. First, make sure your heat press is on a solid surface. A caddy stand works best, but if you don't have one, something really sturdy like your kitchen table will work just fine. What I do is measure the press and put a piece of tape right smack dab in the middle of it. That way, I always know where the center is. While my press heats up, I like to caress it and say nice things to it.
We're gonna make a lot of money together, you and I.
But you don't have to do that, unless you want to. When you order custom heat transfers from Versatrans, on the back you'll find pressing instructions for the proper temperature, pressure, and time, depending on the type of fabric you're using. And we've got it all covered. 100% cotton, 100% polyester, cotton poly blends, nylon, spandex, and spandex poly blends. Feed the t-shirt onto the press so that you're only pressing onto the front of the shirt. Laying the whole shirt on it can lead to an uneven surface and affect the durability and overall quality of your print. Slide the shirt on until the collar hangs off the end of the press so that again, you have a nice flat surface for your transfer to lay on. Next, you'll want to make sure the shirt is centered. Grab the shoulder seams at both ends of the collar and stretch out the shirt to make sure the middle of the collar is aligned with the middle of the press. To quickly check your centering, pull out both armpits and adjust so that there's an equal amount of space hanging off the press on both ends. Then, you'll want to pre-press for at least 5 seconds to remove moisture from the garment. This is also a great time to double check that your collar is aligned with the center of the press, or you can eat a snack. Versatrans has a grid pattern on the back of our transfers, which is great for cutting out your transfer and trimming it. I like to make sure that the top is even and there is an equal amount of negative space on both ends. This helps me visually when I'm placing it down. Fold and crease the transfer to find the center, but only crease the top and the bottom, not the design itself. Place the transfer 3 fingers down from the collar. What we're looking for is about 3 inches, so you may have to make adjustments depending on the size of your fingers. Also keep in mind that we are placing the transfer itself 3 fingers down, not the paper carrier that it's sitting on. Align the creases you made on the transfer with the center of the collar and make sure the design is straight. This is why I like to make sure the transfer is straight when I'm trimming it, it just helps me visually. For left chest alignments, we're going to place a transfer 3 fingers down from the collar again, but this time use the outer seam of the collar for our center point. Now the thing about sleeves is since we can't feed the sleeve onto the machine to ensure a flat surface, we're going to use a heat pad, and if you don't have one, a mouse pad could work as well. For sleeves, instead of 3 fingers, we're going to go 1 finger up from the seam, and trace the shoulder seam down as the center point. If you're printing onto chest pockets, you'll also want to use a heat pad or a mouse pad. Once the transfer has been correctly placed, then all we have to do is press, have another snack while we wait, and peel. Versatrans custom heat transfers are a hot peel, so there's no need to wait for them to cool down before peeling. Follow these quick tips when pumping out t-shirts, and you'll be rolling in the dough. I hope this video helps when it comes to heat pressing custom transfers from Versatrans. I'll also leave a link to our website in the description below where you can get more info about artwork guidelines, our competitive pricing, and our super fast turnaround times. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.